Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. We're so honored and excited to have you leaning in and joining us today. We are focused in on how to shine your bliss and purpose from the inside out. How do we share that out into the world? How do we live on purpose and in our bliss and then share it out with the world? And today, we have amazing experts that are leaning into the conversation to support us in stepping into our bliss and being able to live in that place and share it out with the world, as well as tapping into our purpose and spiritual direction to help us stay on purpose and share that with the world. So we've got a great show lined up. Very happy to have you joining us. And to really set the tone and get us ready to receive everything that is here for you, I want to invite you to take a moment to stop, pause, and breathe. Let's breathe in. Breathing in all of our connections, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Beautiful. Because I know it is not an accident that you tuned in today. The reason you tuned in is that there is something here for you. And I want you to be able to receive everything that is available to you. So if I can encourage you to purposely, deliberately stay present, ready to receive, hands out, ready to receive, ears open, hearts ready to receive everything that is here for you. And to lead us in the conversation, in the direction, I want to encourage you to think about, have you stopped for a moment recently and checked in to see, are you on purpose? Do you know your purpose? Just kind of feel in. How about, do you feel like you're living in a place of bliss, a place of joy, a place of peace and excitement, kind of all rolled in? And just do a check-in and see. And not that every moment of every day we always feel blissful and excited and happy and joyful and on purpose, but we want to have that be a common theme of where we recenter, where we purposely say yes to things to help us move forward in our bliss, in our genius, in our joy, in our gifts, and on purpose, moving forward those things that matter most to you. And I have found it's taking a moment, it's remembering to pause, to ask the questions, listen to the answer, and then choose how I spend my time, my energy, and resources with the information that I receive when I stop, pause, and listen. So I'm going to encourage you several times throughout our time together today to stop and pause and listen, giving yourself the opportunity to hear what is being spoken into your heart and spirit and actually integrate it into who you are and who you are becoming and who you are sharing out with the world so that we can support you real time in our conversation today. So to get the most out of our time, those of you who are driving, I want you to inwardly tune in, but keep both hands on the wheel, eyes open, alert, but just inwardly tuning in so that you're present and ready to hear, because I know there's great information for you today. And those of you who are able to, I'm going to encourage you to sit back in your chair, take a breath, put both feet on the floor. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth like through a straw. And in fact, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Breathing in again through your nose. See how big you can make your belly. Out through your mouth like through a straw. And close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. This kind of breathing helps oxygenate your whole body, making your cells happy. It lowers your stress levels, your cortisol levels, which puts us in a great place to be present and receive everything that is here for you. So in this space, what I would like you to explore is, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, support you to step more into your bliss, your joy, your passion, to step more into being on purpose? What is it that you need and are willing to receive? So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Just receive that information. It can come in a knowing, a sound, a picture, an image, a reminder. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Great. Let's take another breath together. Come back into the room, fully present, eyes open, and I encourage you to write down what was placed on your heart. I want to encourage you to keep it top of mind. What is it that you are needing and willing to receive? And I want to give you what I call an extra credit bonus perspective on this. I'm going to encourage you to be unattached to how that need is met. Actually be leaning in with excitement and anticipation at the creativity and unexpected way that need may be met. So I want you to have your eyes open, top of mind, looking and ready to receive exactly what it is that you need. Because we can get distracted, we can forget. That's why I want you to write it down and be actively on the lookout, watching, your eyes open and your heart ready to receive, and those ears open up as well, so that you, real time, receive exactly what it is that you need. Beautiful. Let's breathe that in. We're going to go around our virtual room here and tap into the amazing hearts of our experts that are joining us on the show today. And with that, Moneeka, I wanted to see what was laid on your heart when we stopped and paused for a moment and listened.
I love doing that meditation with you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's so interesting because I am the bliss expert, right? And I really feel like I am on purpose. And yet, there's no mistakes. Like, the reason that bliss and purpose has come together today is on purpose by you, but also on purpose by the universe. And so I'm really feeling that there is something that I am going to get today that will take me to the next level. And I'm just so excited to see what that is.
Oh, I celebrate that and I lift that up. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.
Beautiful. And how about you, Dr. Ruth? Did you have something laid on your heart?
So, Rebecca, while you were giving us that beautiful introductory meditation, I found myself just sitting in divine white healing light, and I felt it coming down from the heavens and down through my crown and down completely out through my body. And while I was sitting enjoying that and just feeling healing on a soul level, I was ruminating with the question, what can I do today to expand and bring joy to my soul? And I really was given a vision of me just sitting and enjoying nature today and putting my chores aside and really just soaking up the gifts that Divine Mother has given us in nature. So I've got a date with Mother Nature after this.
Oh, I love that. I love that you received that and are honoring that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. Listeners, how about you? What was laid on your heart? Was there a message? Is there direction on what you need and are willing to receive? We're getting ready to go to our first commercial break. And as we do, here's how I want you to leverage the opportunity. As those backgrounds, in the background, as those commercials are playing, I encourage you to stay present, to remember that you're here on purpose and for a purpose, that there is something in our conversation today here to serve you. And use these 2 minutes to be present and receive what is being spoken into your heart and spirit. And when we come back, we're going to take our conversations to the next level. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
If you've always wanted to take the lead in your life, but you don't believe you are a leader, then it's time to change that mindset. Leadership expert Linda Patton will help you discover the powerful leader that lives within and teach you the leadership skills that will transform your business and your life. Stepping into your leadership brings reality to your vision, and leadership can be learned. Find out more on Leadership Stars every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Women's Channel.
These days, everyone is looking for information on staying young, healthy, and fit. The Voice America Health and Wellness Network is here to help you on your quest to better health and a better you. We talk about everything from diet, fitness, and aging to substance abuse, personal growth, mental health, and much more. Learn from our experts who cover health and wellness from traditional and holistic perspectives. Tune in to the Voice America Health and Wellness Network. Healthy living starts here.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having a great time sitting there and being still and listening, receiving everything that is being laid on your heart and spirit. So let's just breathe that in. Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to take a moment to introduce one of our amazing guests. I'm going to go through our interviews one at a time so you get to fully experience each of our amazing guests as they lean in to support our conversation and exploration around bliss and purpose, and how do we stay on purpose, stay in our bliss, and share that out into the world. Oh, our first guest expert is the amazing Moneeka Sawyer. She's been featured on radio and TV shows including ABC, NBC, and Fox. She is known as the Blissful Millionaire. She also has a podcast that she shares out into the world, and she's the creator of the Blissful Real Estate Investor Formula and an international best-selling author. She is passionate about helping you choose bliss in your lives and business. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Moneeka Sawyer to the show. Welcome!
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Woo! I love the energy. So glad to have you. Excited to have you joining us. And I love to start the conversation with why. Why is this work and helping people choose bliss, why is that so important to you?
You know, I was born in an area of the United States where I was the only non-white person in the community, and so because of that, I was really bullied and tormented and humiliated through most of my childhood. So I became a very depressed young adult, and there's so much suffering in depression. And I finally found my way out of that, and because of my suffering, I really don't want anybody else to have to suffer. And so it became my work to share what I had learned and what I had been taught to pull myself out of my own deep, dark place so that other people don't have to go to that place themselves.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that, and I celebrate that you found your way out, and I love that you're now reaching back and helping others step out of that into their own bliss. And I know you have a lot of heart and energy and experience in spreading the word about bliss and what it is and what it means and how we can live a blissful life. And I want to make sure we all know what you mean and we're on the same page when we're using the word bliss, because we can all define it a little bit differently. So do you mind sharing your definition of bliss?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question, because yes, people have all sorts of ideas when they hear that word. So from my perspective, bliss is a deep sense of joy and contentment and the confidence that you can handle anything that comes your way. Bliss is true emotional mastery and emotional resilience.
Oh, I love that. That's tweetable. Emotional mastery and emotional resilience. How powerful and beautiful. That joy and contentment. Let's breathe that in. That just felt so good. And I'm thinking of the Dr. Ruth's white light, just kind of bathing in that. Just beautiful. So thank you for sharing that. And I know you are known as the Blissful Millionaire and definitely very powerful businesswoman. And you have found a way to weave together your work around bliss as well as helping women in particular create powerful platforms and legacies, in a sense, in real estate and real estate investing. Can you share a little bit about this, how bliss can tie into real estate investing and into our lives?
Yeah. So Warren Buffett has famously said, if you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. And so when we're talking about bliss, and the fact that it is emotional mastery and emotional resilience, now you can see how it ties into our businesses and our investing. You know, there is nothing in life that does not have its ups and downs. Our relationships, our businesses, and our investing. I mean, all of us have heard nightmare stories about real estate, right? But
yes, we have.
Yeah, right. And if you have the ability to get back to what I call the bliss equilibrium, you can weather any of those storms, wherever you go, whether you go to freak out or depressed, or you go to elated, you can always come back to this place, which is your bliss equilibrium, which allows you to make your decisions about investing and about dealing with difficult situations from a place of rationality and what is the highest good for everybody involved. And that allows you then to create sustainable businesses, sustainable wealth, rather than having this emotional roller coaster which eventually burns you out and turns you off to success. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I love, so listeners, I want to make sure you're hearing all that she's sharing about how we can step into that blissful equilibrium. I like that. that being able to step into that place, regardless of the ups and downs of things that go on around us, that we can really have that place that is stable, that is grounded, that we can be making decisions so that we can grow our wealth. We can grow those things that matter most to us, regardless of the ups and downs in emotion or things around us, that we can build things in a consistent way. I'd love for you to expand on that and just share a little bit about that, or maybe you even have a tip that you could share with us around this.
I do. Yes. So a couple of tips. Mm-hmm. The first one is, we cannot always control what happens out there in the world. We can't control the economy. We can't control the government. We can't control always what other people do to us. But we can always control how we choose to respond.
Yes.
So when you make a choice, make sure it's a choice that serves you.
Beautiful.
So that's the first tip. And it feels a little esoteric. So let me give you a specific tip on how you can get into that space to make those good choices. Would that be good?
Yes, and I want to just bring all of our listeners into focus here. One of the things that we'll do sometimes is we build toolboxes. We have, or it doesn't have to be a box, it can be a beautiful container, but containers that we are adding in tools and practices and processes that can support us to live on purpose and with purpose. And so to me, I want you to listen in, because here's a tip and a tool that she's sharing with you that we can add into our toolbox to support us. So please share.
Okay. So this is called creating a bliss moment. And this is how it works. When you get into a stressful situation, I'll name one that everybody gets into at least once in their life, which is getting in traffic and someone just cut you off. Mm-hmm. And you get this story in your head, right? Oh my God, I can't believe that person just cut me off. And now you're escalating your stress. The escalation of stress does not happen from the situation. It's happened from the story that's in your head about the situation. So in that moment, as you notice the escalation, you stop. I say, Moneeka. And I just get my own attention, and you stop the freight train that's going through your head. And then you drop into your body, into your heart. Just feel all that energy drop down into your heart. Roll your shoulders just a little bit to release the tension. Now take a couple of deep breaths into your belly. And you can feel your whole body relaxes. And now make your decision. Create your response from that place of love and compassion from your heart.
Beautiful. Thank you for walking us through that. Let's just breathe that in, integrating that process on a cellular level. So beautiful. And I know not only do you have these amazing tips you're sharing with us, but you've also lovingly prepared an amazing gift. And I would love for you to share a little bit about your gift, and then I'll let people know how to find it.
Oh, perfect. So, I started so many years ago with $10,000 and have now built a multi-million-dollar real estate business that could retire myself and my husband. It's been such a beautiful journey, and I've integrated Bliss into that, and I really want to share that with the world, be very, very transparent about what it is that I do and how, so that people can either be inspired to do it themselves or to work with me to help them to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So what I've put together is a free report that gives you everything I have done like the years, the strategies, all of that stuff is in there, and it's free for your listeners to take and learn from.
Oh, beautiful. How generous of you to make that available. And I appreciate you opening up your life and your heart in that way so that they can learn and process. So before I share with them where they can find this, do you have a special tip or what you would encourage them to do when they say yes and receive this gift?
Yes. So read through it. And the thing that I want you to really notice is that I took my time. Part of being blissful is allowing yourself the time to be right. Like, we all like to be right?
I love that. Enough time passes, we're right.
Yeah, so just notice, I took the time, I gave myself the time to be right. And that's been a big key to my success. So definitely integrate that into your psyche as you're reading this.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that extra tidbit. So listeners, if you would love to stay connected with Moneeka and lean into her amazing gift, I wanted to share how to do that. You go to radiogifts.net. It's a net full of multiple gifts. So radiogifts.net. You'll scroll to today's date, which is July 31st, and you'll see her beautiful picture, description of the gift, and you can click on that. We do have you put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and the same with Moneeka, so she can send you the gift and stay connected. So I encourage you, write that down. Add that to your toolbox, radiogifts.net. And as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, you've got choices here. So you can choose. You can go to that link and lean into that gift and say yes, or you've written it down and you can do that towards the end of the show, and you can stay present, letting those commercials play in the background while you stop, pause, breathe, and receive what is being spoken into your heart and spirit. Give yourself a moment to integrate and process and listen. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog, Press Pass? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective. Plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at VAPressPass.com. That's VAPressPass.com. VA Press Pass by Voice America. All access, all the time.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, giving yourself a moment to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate what's being spoken into your heart, into your spirit. Hopefully you had the opportunity to peruse that beautiful library of tools and resources. I will give you that link again at the end of the show, just in case you missed it and you want to write that down. Encourage you to lean into all the tools and resources that are there to support you on your journey. And I wanted to have a conversation with our second guest. You got to hear from her on a heart level in our opening segment, really talking about that white healing light expanding and the joy to the soul, just kind of really feeling that beautiful energy and the response of that calling to spend some time in nature. And many of you may have felt a resonance with that. So I'm going to encourage you through our conversation, as you feel that pull on your heart, that pull on your spirit, to listen to that, to honor that. And I feel like Dr. Ruth modeled that so beautifully for us. So let me share a little bit more about her. So Dr. Ruth Anderson is an award-winning author, an intuitive reader and healer, a radio show host, a reverend of the Church of Inner Light, and she's the author of the soon-to-be-released, we're super excited, Walking with Spirit on August 7th. So make sure to write that on the calendar, August 7th, circle that date. We'll let you know why it's so special a little bit later on in the show. And she's absolutely passionate about helping others bring the lessons that she has received, the teachings that she's received from spiritual divinity to the world. So we're in for a beautiful experience. Let's lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Ruth Anderson to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You are so welcome. Excited to have you here with us. Looking forward to the conversation. And I would love to start with why. Why is this work of connecting with spiritual divinity and then bringing their messages to the world? Why is that work so important to you?
I don't want to get political here, but okay. I think we live in a difficult time. And we live in a time where people are alienated from each other and alienated from a God love, if you will. And I decided probably about a year and a half ago that I wanted to do a Renaissance of One, which was to bring as much light into this world as I possibly could on my own. And that's where this all got started from, as far as really putting my word out there, so other people could feel connected to each other, connected to Source, connected to the divinity.
I love I can hear your conviction and your groundedness in your stand and where you stand and what you're bringing forward. And I love that when you saw that out in the world and you felt that calling on your heart, it didn't just stay a calling on your heart someday. You leaned in, said yes, and have stepped forward in all kinds of different ways to help bring your messages forward, bring that love forward, bring that connection forward. Do you mind sharing just a little bit about your journey in doing that and some of what you've experienced and learned in that?
Sure. Well, I was a school district administrator for 20-some years, which was perfect because it kept people at bay. But my dearest friend of more than 25 years died of cancer. Before and after she died, she taught me that I was intuitive. So the past 5 years have been spent learning about and using my intuition connecting with the spiritual divinity and sharing those life lessons that they've shared with me.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And that's quite a transition. And I'd love for you to share a little bit of where this journey is taking you now. So you've explored and kind of grew those intuitive gifts. You became a reverend in the church. I know you have a blog talk radio show that you do. I know that you are writing and you've written several books and you're bringing them forward. I'd love for you to share kind of where you see that journey going that you're bringing to the world and sharing.
You know, the beautiful thing about walking with spirit, which is really what I call what I do every day, is that I have no idea where this is going. I do know that I stand as a support to help people know about the divinity, and I stand as a support to fellow light workers in their walk of putting their light out into the world. But I don't know the end result of where this is all heading, and I love that, as scary as that is.
And I love that you're embracing it and you're okay receiving. Just like you showed us this morning, a beautiful example that you got this message that set some of those chores and activities aside for the day and spend some time in nature. And you just beautifully dance with where you're being led. And I've had the privilege and honor of reading your book before it's released on August 7th. I just keep underlining that because we're very excited to help share her amazing book out. And this book, Walking with Spirit, well, before I share my impression of it, I would love for you to share a little bit of your thoughts about this book, why you're bringing it forward, and kind of what you hope people receive from it.
Walking with Spirit, Divine Illuminations on Life, Death, and Beyond is my journey, what I've learned in the last year and a half about what happens when we die, about how to connect with Spirit, about what we can learn from the spirit realm and bring into our lives in the physical realm. So I know that this book is guided by Archangel Michael in its creation. I can't wait to see how it touches each individual, because it touched me greatly in the writing of it.
Beautiful. And as I read it, it was so powerful, so enlightening. There were moments where it's not a book I was reading from cover to cover. It's one of those you digest and you receive and you get to process. And I love that because it has us stop and pause, which is all on purpose for me and what we're all about here on this show, and listen and seek and go deeper, dig those roots deeper, create that amazing insight, and then go back out into the world. And I found this book created that same sort of a process, and some of the insights that you shared were new to me, were new information. I found them very, very powerful. And I would love if you wouldn't mind giving just a taste of the process you use to gain some of the information you share in the book.
So every day I check in with Spirit through meditation, and I'm often given a new life message. And sometimes it's just making sense of something that I've lived, and sometimes it's really out there as far as showing me places in the ethereal realm and what to expect when I die. And so then I write that information down. And when I feel like Spirit is saying, okay, now put that out into the world, I either bring it through my radio show or create it into a book. So Walking with Spirit is my own personal narrative of all the things I've learned in the last year and a half.
Beautiful. Well, I love your book. I'm very excited to be able to share about it on our show today. Listeners, as you're listening in, if you're feeling a pull at your heart and spirit and you're resonating with Dr. Ruth and some of what she's sharing around this book, we wanted to let you know why August 7th was so important and why I encouraged you to mark it on your calendar. One of the ways that we are excited to support Dr. Ruth in getting the message out there and really touching as many hearts and spirits as are called to receive this message is she's offering a special $1 rate for the first 24 to 72 hours. And so I want you to watch for that in social media. It'll be released on Amazon. And it's a way for those of you who this will serve, that you're looking for that additional support and encouragement in your life, and you wonder what happens after death. This is just a powerful book to support you on your journey. So make sure to write that down, August 7th on your calendar, and you'll be able to watch for and receive this amazing book included in your library at a super affordable rate. So we're really excited that Dr. Ruth is making it available in that way, and that we get to share about it out on the world pre-launch. So we're very excited about that. Please make sure to put that on your calendar and watch for the opportunity to lean into this amazing book. And with that, I just wanted to see if there was a piece of advice as you have been tapping in and sharing some of the journey with us. Is there a piece of advice, something that's laid on your heart that you want to share with listeners today?
I would say, as you are moving ahead every day in your life, follow your heart and your soul. Be open to options you never thought possible. And lastly, be willing to have the death of the old self as you know it in order to embrace a new self and endless possibilities.
Beautiful. Let's breathe that in. And I love that death of the old, bringing in the new and endless possibilities. Beautiful. And as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, is there something on your heart? I want to give you a moment, Dr. Ruth, to just tap in, feel in, and what would you like our listeners to be thinking about and processing as we go into this next 2-minute break for them?
That anybody can connect with the divinity. That all you need to do is open your heart and mind and simply ask for them to connect with you. It's really that easy.
Beautiful. So let's breathe that in. Thank you, Dr. Ruth. I so appreciate you sharing, and we're very much looking forward to your book and its release. And listeners, as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I want to encourage you to take that opportunity to stop, pause, and ask to connect and receive the message that is here for you today. We'll look forward to talking to you again in just 2 minutes.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all of our show archives on demand, all from your iOS, Amazon Kindle, or Android device. Download it from the Apple App Store, Amazon, or Google Play, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that moment of stopping, pausing, connecting, and listening. Let's just take a moment to breathe in what was spoken into your heart and spirit as you asked for connection and connected and received the message that is here for you today. Let's breathe that in. Beautiful. Well, it has been an honor and a privilege to have you join us today. And I had a couple of things just laid on my heart as we've gone through our conversation, through our time together today. I have felt this reminder. I don't know if anyone has seen the movie Sweet Home Alabama, but there's a line in it that says you can have both roots and wings. And I felt like today's show echoed that we talked about the wings and soaring and sharing our gifts out and shining, but also this deep connection of purpose, having that blissful equilibrium, having that place, and then connecting in with the divine. So I just wanted to encourage you to remember to have both roots and wings as you go back out into the world, that you can shine, share your gifts out while having that beautiful grounded connection to your purpose and to the divine. And let those weave into your life in beautiful, powerful, and supportive ways, perhaps leading you to unexpected places and being open to that. Just like when we opened the show today, talking about being open to your needs being met in an unexpected way. I hope this show has served you, that you have gotten some amazing insights. And I wanted to just review a couple of the tools and resources that we made available to you. So those of you who were interested in leaning into Moneeka's beautiful gift, you will find that at radiogifts.net. radiogifts.net, a net full of multiple gifts. And you scroll down to today's date, and you'll be able to lean in and say yes to her gift. You'll also notice there are other gifts. If you look around in that library, in that area of resources to support you on your journey, you're welcome to say yes to as many as will serve you. They are there to support you because life is not a solo journey. So I encourage you to let experts supportively walk beside you, cheer you on, real time in real ways through the tools and resources there. And then we've also been talking about the release of Dr. Ruth's amazing book on August 7th, Walking with Spirit, where she's really sharing insights and the information she's received about what happens after death. What does that mean about life and after death? So I encourage you to mark August 7th on your calendar and watch for that opportunity to lean into her amazing book. I know it will be inspiring and enlightening, and it will help you as you connect deeper and deeper to all of Source that can serve and support you on your journey. And behind the scenes, I asked our amazing guests if they would be willing to just share one more piece of advice, tip, or something that was on their heart, just kind of bursting to be shared as you go back out into the world, that they wanted to send and share with you. So with that, Dr. Ruth, I would love for you to share what was on your heart.
Sure. So as you walk through life, know that you aren't alone. I encourage you to stop and look at the clouds, the stars, find and embrace the beauty in nature, and remember that you, too, are part of nature. And lastly, I encourage you to feel and accept grace in any form that it shows up to you.
Let's breathe that in. Thank you. Beautiful. And then Moneeka, what was on your heart?
So I want everybody to remember where you came from. You were born as a beautiful, joyful, blissful child full of excitement and an awe of the world. So just remember, bliss is your birthright. Choose to claim it every single day.
Beautiful. Let's breathe that in as we claim it. We're reminded where we come from and we claim it. And we have that choice every single day. Beautiful. Thank you. And listeners, as we get ready to go back out into the world, I want to encourage you to remember you are beautifully and wonderfully made for such a time as this. It's not an accident that you tuned in today. You have been given insight, direction, ideas, encouragement to be taken with you, integrated into your life, bringing it out into the world. Part of the title of this show is Shine in Your Bliss and Your Purpose. And shine means sharing it out. So be willing to share the gift of who you are. Be willing to let go what no longer serves and embrace the new in unexpected ways. Be willing to stop and pause and listen so that you can receive what is here for you every single day. You can connect in and bring it out into the world. Because as I said, you are absolutely needed. Because this is not a solo journey. We need each other. And part of shining can be giving a smile, reaching out a hand, letting someone know how they've touched and impacted your life. It could be encouraging another. It could be sharing a celebration, something that you've accomplished, letting people walk beside you in the journey and being willing to walk beside them. So as you are choosing your bliss to be in that space, you are choosing to be on purpose, you are choosing to connect in deeply and profoundly and to receive everything that is here for you and that you are called to bring forward. Be willing to share it. So as you go out into the world, I hope that you choose every single day to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.